Welcome, dear travelers, to the Sisters of the Shire podcast. I'm Abby, one of your trusty guides, and I am joined by my partner in adventure, Ashley. And now that we have finished the Silmarillion, we are taking a little side quest and having some fun with some trivia games.
Today, we are joined by our best friend from afar, our number one dwarf friend of the Shire, Dan.
Yay!
Welcome, Dan.
Hello.
Yay, Dan's here.
Hi there. Hello.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, first of all, my name is Dan. I'm 36 years old. I live with my beautiful wife in Israel. I'm a woodworker. I'm a cabinet maker and a furniture maker for my living. And I've been a Tolkien fan, I think, since I was about 12 when I was first introduced to it by a friend, and kind of never left me since.
It's a good friend.
Pretty much.
Of course, it never leaves you.
Yeah, it
The
doesn't.
beauty of
It takes a hold of us. It never lets go.
Yeah, it kind of clings to you.
Yes. So, how long have you been listening to the Sisters of the Shire podcast that you are now guesting on for the first time? I like to say, I know Nate was technically our first guest, but I feel like because he's related to Ashley and she kind of was like, "You're doing this." Nate is our first official guest.
Dan is.
And
Dan is our official.
Dan is our
Yeah.
official guest. So
It's the first willing participant. How about
congratulations.
that?
Congratulations on being the first one. But how long have you been listening to the podcast?
I'd say 8 months or so.
Oh,
I'm blushing.
I kind of started off when you guys were at episode 30 or 35, and I started reading the Silmarillion for the first time, and I was having a hard time just following all the names and all the things. And I have a lot of time to listen to podcasts when I work, so I started looking for a podcast, and none of them fit the bill. And then I found you guys. And I listened to one episode and I was like, this is it. And I binged it. It was so funny kind of listening as the episodes went on, like you guys seeing me binging the show. So it was really pretty funny.
This guy from Israel is just boosting the numbers. Thanks, dude from Israel. I'm like, that's me.
It's kind of like that meme with the boardroom, and they're like, the numbers from Israel are off the top. So it's really funny. So I think it was about 8 months ago, something like that.
And you binged it all. That's like 60 plus hours. Amazing.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of time when I work to listen to podcasts. So,
That's
also
awesome.
it was really good because I was actually like halfway through the book. It took me time to find you guys, and I was halfway through the book. And I really needed like this book club experience. The book is so short. It's actually a really short book.
Yeah.
It's just like 100 and something pages, and then you finish it and you feel empty. So I didn't want it to be over so fast.
Oh,
And the podcast made it kind of like a book club.
yeah, that's exactly what we were going for. Good job, Ashley. We did it.
We did it. Yeah. If you remember from probably the first episodes, I was reading it to Lizzie, my daughter, as I was trying to get her to sleep. And so I had no one to share it with. I'm like, Lizzie, wake up. Like, could you believe that Barrett did this? Like, she didn't get it. But so I'm so glad that
just waking up a toddler just to tell them. Yep. To tell them about like a brother and sister and their horrible relationship, and then they're both dead.
Yeah.
Lizzie, wake up.
I'm not gonna lie, I did say
again.
Yeah. I wasn't too worried about the murder parts, but I'm like, and then she was and then like I didn't like saying the R word.
She was insert word here. And then so you said that you were introduced to the world of Tolkien when you were younger. How did that get started for you? How did you get introduced to Middle Earth and things like that?
Well, I was always like a sideline nerd. I wasn't a complete nerd because I also like sports and like hanging out with friends. So, but I always loved high fantasy, I think, as a kid. And I used to play this game. It's called Heroes of Might and Magic. It's a really good old school game. And I played it with a friend at his house. And his dad saw the game and he was like, oh, this is Lord of the Rings just in a game. And we were like, what? and he
Lord
he
of
just
the what?
yeah, I was like 11 or 12 years old, and he popped out The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and we both binged read it as kids. I think most of it I didn't actually understand. Like I just read
Sure.
it and enjoyed reading it, but then I forgot everything about it. And
Right.
about a year later, we heard about the movies coming out, and that really started it all. And yeah, it's been a constant in my life ever since. Like the movies were probably my strongest connection to the Legendarium. And then
Mm-hmm.
about a year and a half ago, I read The Lord of the Rings again, and then the Silmarillion, and now the podcast. And now it's really cemented like as a part of me. But it's been
Yes.
slowly building.
Good. You can never have enough, you know? You can never have enough Tolkien in your
Yep,
life. It's all too magical.
it is.
So, seeing that you've started a while ago in your lifetime, how would you say, on a scale of 1 to 10, your amount of Tolkien knowledge would be?
So I remember something like one being knowing nothing and 10 naming your dog Feanor. So
Yeah.
was
It
that the
would be
scale?
Huon, not Feanor.
Yeah, something exactly. So I'd put myself at a 7, I think.
Okay.
A
Okay. All
solid
right.
7. Yeah.
That's commendable.
I mix up the names and I forget things. I always forget my anniversary with my wife and stuff like that. So I
Ooh,
do tend to forget some things. So I put myself at a 7.
that's still really good. I mean,
You'd
that's
have to
nothing to
have
be
like
shy about.
an encyclopedia brain to remember exactly every single name in that book. So
Seriously.
I'd say a 7 is pretty good, pretty commendable. I would not frown upon a 7.
I agree.
Good job.
Oh, thank you.
Wear that 7 with
Thank you.
pride, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right. I got
um,
this. I'm a 7.
There you go.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
so one more question before we get into the real trivia is what would you say one of your favorite characters or maybe favorite scenes either in the book or movie from a Tolkien Middle Earth situation? Either a favorite
Oh, that
character
is it.
or a favorite scene from book or
Wow,
movie.
that is a good question. Um, I think for me, I really love Beleg Strongbow. Um,
Mm.
I think something about that guy. He's such a good dude. I don't know.
Such a good dude. He
He's
deserves
a
so
good
much
dude.
better.
Exactly. He never makes it about himself. He always works hard for other people,
Mm-hmm.
and he loves unconditionally, and he fights for the people he loves, and
Mm-hmm.
he's just a straight up like dude. He's a good guy. I
Yes.
always wanted to meet him ever since I read about him like a year ago, but he's amazing, I think. And I really love his story and his arc. And so that's something that really stayed with me, like Beleg Strongbow. Probably like a
Good
really
answer. Good
dude
answer.
bro answer for me.
No,
But
He's a
yeah.
good guy to look up to, you
Yeah.
know?
It's
yeah,
like,
he's
actually, Anatar's my favorite. Like, I would have, no, you're off the podcast. You're done.
No, get out of here.
Bellic, excellent answer.
Good
all right,
job.
good.
You passed. You passed.
Yay. Whew.
You can
Always
stay.
wiping off the sweat here.
That was actually the first trick question. No, just kidding.
Okay, Dan, are you ready for
Yes, all right, let's
Sisters of
go.
the Shire
Um,
trivia? Bum, 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 bum.
bum bum bum. I got this. Come on, I can do this.
Okay, so to make it a little easier on you, we have 3 lifelines that you can use. First
Oh,
is ask a sister. That means you can ask me or Ashley, and I will give you a hint. Ashley's probably the better choice. I will fully
If you
admit,
want a cheerleader, go for Abby.
if you want, like, yeah, you made the right choice. Sure, but I don't actually give you the right choice or I don't help you choose. That's probably me. But if you want Ashley to help you, that's okay too. I will not be offended.
I will not
Second,
be
all
offended
right.
either.
cast it into the fire, which means you can pass the question. If you do not know and you feel like you will never know, you can say, I cast it into the fire. And we're like, okay, so we're passing that one.
I
Third,
like that. I like that.
the
That was Abby.
third is make it the Pippin version or a 50-50. For each question, there are 4 different options for answers. And if you choose the make it the Pippin version, we will take away 2 wrong answers, leaving one right answer, one wrong answer to choose from. So you'll have less options, but more of a chance to get it right if you choose.
So you're
that
saying there's a
lifeline.
chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So-
Well, it actually makes me feel better about my chances now.
See, we weren't going to let you fail. We're here for you.
No, we're here for you.
So,
okay, there's
again,
15 questions
ask
total,
a sister,
increasing in difficulty.
I had to
Cast
ask
it
a
into the
sister,
fire.
cast it into the
50-50.
fire, and Pippin it.
Yeah, 50-50. All right.
All right.
Okay, Ashley, can you start us off with the first question?
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Sorry. Okay. Who forged the 3 Silmarils? Is it A, Monwë, B, Morgoth, C, Fëanor, or D, Finwë?
That would be Fëanor. I love the Fëanor apologists that say Fëanor did nothing wrong, but yeah, it's
He did a
Fëanor.
lot of things wrong.
He did a lot of things wrong.
But he would never
But that would
admit
be
it.
him.
Never
He would
admit
die
it.
first before he
Never.
admit it.
Yep.
He's a straight up narcissist. He would never admit it.
Yes. I've loved Abby's analogy of Tony Stark for Fëanor. Like, yes, 100% yes.
But
Yes,
Tony
exactly.
Stark redeemed himself at the end of it. Okay, so
Yes.
he's not that bad.
True.
Okay,
that bad.
yay! Congratulations!
Yay! You got an
Yay.
answer.
First question correct. Good job. Okay.
That one
second
felt like
question.
a throwaway, but
Yeah.
Well, I had to start easy. I didn't want starting off like, I don't know, how do you spell blah, blah,
Name
blah.
all of Turin's names in order.
Yeah.
all the types of elves.
All the
Yes.
time. Oh, I might be able to do that one. I don't know.
Okay.
That's impossible.
All right, question 2, Abby.
Elves.
Keebler.
All right. Second question. What is the name of the evil spider creature that drinks the light of the 2 trees of Valinor? Is it A, Shelob, B, Ungoliant, C, Shelbo, D, Goliond?
I so want to say Shelbo, but it's Ungoliant.
Yay!
It's such a good one. What is Shelbo?
I had fun making up some of these names, not gonna lie.
I'm surprised you didn't put
call it, like-
Aragog. You could put Aragog.
Oh, I should have. That's my bad.
Oh my god. Ungoliant is the creepiest thing somebody has ever created.
Creepiest thing.
She
Why
is
did
the
he have to make
creepiest.
it so big?
I
Why
don't
did he
know.
have to
So
make it
big.
so big?
So hungry, so big, so creepy. It's just
Hungry.
Ooh, no thanks.
yeah.
Yay, Dan! Second question correct.
Yay!
Woo!
Let's stay away from the nightmare fuel now. Moving on.
All right. Question 3,
All right.
Ashley.
What was the original name of the Dark Lord Morgoth? Is it A, Sauron, B, Melkor, C, Malkar, or D, Osei?
Ooh, I'll go with B, Melkor.
Yay!
It's way
Like-
easier when I have the options.
Yes,
I gotta
yes.
say. I'm starting to feel like an 8. I'm starting to feel like an 8 here. you know?
Whoa, moving up the
Whoa,
scale.
whoa.
Confident.
Might
Wait
be-
till we're done. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I literally texted Abby before this, like, I'm worried my questions are too easy. I'm sorry if they are.
But then what did I say?
It would make his day if he got them all right.
Yes, I was like, but it
It
make
would.
his day.
It would, because I've never succeeded in any exam in my life. I'm like I have
Oh.
the worst exam anxiety ever. So
Oh,
This
It's
will make
working
your
out good.
day.
Good
This
meanwhile.
day will go down in history as the day Dan succeeded and got 100%.
you could do it, Dan. We
All
believe in you.
right.
No
I may
pressure.
fail every test in the rest of time, but it is not this day.
Not this day.
Not this
Okay.
day.
Question 4. Who is the creator of Middle Earth and the supreme deity in the Silmarillion? Is it A, Morgoth, B, Varda, C, Manwë, or D, Iluvatar?
So that would be D, Eru Eluvatar.
Ooh, he got all fancy.
Yeah, I think knowing Hebrew, I think I can pronounce a lot of the things like they're supposed to. I guess like
Oh, yeah.
Iluvatar. And,
Ooh.
Oh, man.
So much cooler.
so
What's the one that we always floundered on, Abby? Is it Baradur? You said that one. Say that one.
Baradu. Like, or maybe Baradur.
Ooh, there you go.
But mainly, I think mostly the dwarven ones is like Hazadum. So we can say it really easily because he based it on Semitic languages.
Right.
Oh, see.
Yeah, our American tongues are like Gondor and Baradur and
I love the Midwest Tolkien. It's like, so from Gondor, and he's very nice. And I just love that. It's like Midwest Tolkien is just.
Daddy Aragorn's just so sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I listened to a whole thing of that.
There should be like a whole show that is Lord of the Rings, but in
different
Midwest.
States. Or I mean, imagine a Texas one too. There's nerds of all types in this world, and I love it.
It's the best.
All right, Ashley, question 5.
All right. Who is the Valar associated with crafting and creation, who we sometimes refer to as the smith or engineer? Is it
he's
A?
my guy.
Oh, I kind of think of you with him. Yeah. Is it A, Aule, B, Tulkas, C, Fëanor, or D, Arome?
That would be Aule.
Aule.
I just love him. I love him. He's one of my favorite characters also because he makes things.
He makes such cool things, but I also love the dynamic between him and Yavanna. Like, I do not understand that marriage at all, but I am here to watch it with some popcorn because they are just so different. Needless, they will have need of wood.
Maybe it's just like tough, like when they speak, but then he needs to be cuddled at night. Or something.
Aww.
And I like when they go to sleep, they're like, "Can I be the small spoon?" And that's like how I imagine him. It's like banging metals all day, and then he just wants to be cuddled at night.
In his celestial etherealness of being like a god, kind of, I have to imagine him with a beard. He has to have a beard of some kind. But then he has like star specks in his beard instead of like wood shavings and stuff. He has like more like
amazing
celestial things in his beard. That's what I think of.
I like
it sounds dope. It sounds dope. He also sounds like a good guy to have a beer with, like after a long day. It's like at the parlor, like
he has a firm handshake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
I like it.
Solid job, dude.
Yes, I imagine you resonate with him too, working with wood and stuff.
Yeah, I love him.
Okay, you are
doing good.
You're doing great. All right, getting a little bit harder now, though. We'll see. Maybe you'll be like, "This is easy too." What are you talking about, Ashley? But okay, number 6.
I will fully admit, when I read this question, I did not know the answer. So please do not use the lifeline and ask me because I do not know.
All right.
So, number 6. Who was the first king and founder of Nargothrond? Was it A, King Thingol, B, King Fingolfin, C, King Finrod, or D, King Orodreth?
So that would be Finrod, C.
Yes!
Yay! Okay, I'll say, okay, sure, you got that one because I don't know.
He's also solid. He's one of the best characters also. I was really debating myself, him or Bellic Strong, but when you asked. But
Finrod is one of my favorites.
Finrod is our Captain Balerion. I mean,
yes.
I love that. I love that for him because it suits him well.
It does. And then he died so sadly. Why do they all have to die so sadly?
He died in an epic rap battle. I think that's not. It's okay, right? For him,
I guess
it's a way to go. It's not that bad. So people had worse soft deaths in this horrible
true
world.
It's true.
So
okay, well, good job getting that one.
Yay!
Yay! All right. Who was the mighty eagle who aided Beren and Luthien in their quest? Is it A, Huon, B, Gwyndor, C, Telegor, or D, Thorondor?
Oh, these are the ones that I start to flounder, like the names. I'm going to take a bet here and go with D, Thorondor.
You got it right!
Yay! Woo. I got the names all mixed up lately of the Eagles because I play Magic the Gathering and a Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering that came out lately. And they put like 15 different eagles with their names on it, and now
Oh
it's all
dear.
mixed up in my head. Yeah,
Oh gosh.
it's all mixed up in my head now.
Well, then
But it's
high
a cool
praise for
thing.
getting that right.
Yes, but it's a cool thing, the Magic the Gathering. It's really nice, the set they made for Lord of the Rings.
I've been playing as well, and my friend has that deck that I got to look through it because he went and got it all when it came out, and I was like, ooh. He plays the spider deck, the scary spider.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I know.
It's like a certain kind of Magic player who plays that deck.
I know.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, we got it.
Question 8. What is the name of Gondolin's king? Is it A. Turgon, B. Fingon, C. Tur, D. Angon?
All right, so I'm gonna go with I think it was A. Turgon.
Ooh, I love it. Can you narrate all of the Lord of the Rings for me? Why don't you do the podcast? I'll write you the script. You just do the podcast.
I can have a little corner like once a year, like a small 3-minute episode, just like fixing all the pronunciations.
Yeah.
There you go. I like it.
It's just us talking, and then it's like overdubbed of how he says it, like in the middle of our sentences. It's like,
yes.
and then Turgon, da, 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 da. Like it's just him, his voice comes in.
I'm here for it. I do it. Let's do it.
Sounds amazing.
Oh, you're
A
8
lot
for
of
8
editing
now.
work.
Yes,
Oh
a
yeah,
lot
it
of
would be,
editing
huh?
work.
But you know what? I do it for you, Dan. All right. What race does Morgoth create by corrupting captured elves? A. Orcs, B. Dwarves, C. Trolls, or D. Balrogs?
That would be orcs.
Yes.
Ooh. I always wondered when he created elves to orcs, that situation. Was it like they kind of just disintegrate? I don't know how to explain it.
They're just really dirty. They just got more and more dirty, and then
Yeah. They just kind of just
he
like
gave them a
fell
bath. They
apart.
cleaned right back into elves.
Yeah, I've always
I think
wondered.
the sad part is like we know that he can't make anything because he's so like darn evil. So he can't
Yeah.
make anything. He has to just take things and corrupt them. So
Right.
it's pretty much all just filthy elves. Like he's just like
Yeah.
putting them in the muck. Or I think, and also like all the bad guys in Tolkien verse, they all gaslight everybody into like so much gaslighting. So he's probably just gaslighting all these elves, and then they become orcs, and it works.
Yeah, he's putting some doubt in their head, like, I don't
Yeah.
think they ever really liked you. Like all this stuff, like, oh no.
Yeah, what have
um,
the Valar ever done for you? You know, it's just
oh,
Yeah, Fëanor had a point there. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, yeah. So it's
now
just
that
like
you said that,
gaslighting.
yeah, now that you said the whole like he can't create things and he just made orcs from making elves gross, and it just reminds me of like a kid that's making like mud pies outside, like I'm making food. It's like you're actually playing with dirt and sticks, and it's like yes, but isn't it gorgeous? Look at this. I made it for you.
So that's what Saruman was doing.
Yeah,
His little
it's
little
like
mud
mud
pies.
orcs,
Mud,
mud
yeah.
elves.
Yeah.
That sounds really racist, just calling orcs mud elves.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
It's like mudbloods.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
Oh
That sounds
no.
horrible. That sounds horrible. Mud elves.
It does.
We don't mean
All
it. We don't mean
somehow
it
works.
that way. For the record, we don't mean it that way.
Okay,
All right,
Dan,
where
are
are
you
you,
ready
number
for
10?
question 10?
I'm ready. You can see me like stretching in the background. Like I'm ready.
Oh.
I got
Like, I got this.
I
All
got
right.
this.
Who is the leader of the Noldor who becomes the first High King of the Elves in Middle-earth? Is it A. Fingolfin, B. Finrod, C. Fëanor, D. Finwë?
Ooh, so I got this one. It's Fingolfin. This reminds me of like an episode that I looped through like a couple of times, like the Exodus of the Noldor and all that happenings. And I remember like not understanding a thing, and all the names seem the same, like all the F names. So it's
Oh
Fingolfin,
gosh.
right?
Okay, well, see, I was actually curious if you would choose Fëanor, because technically he was the first one there.
Wait, what was the question again? When?
Trick
Oh no!
question.
Did I? Oh no!
Wait.
I mean, it is subject to interpretation on how specific you want to be with that question.
We'll give him
But
another
I
chance.
say it's Fëanor myself.
So,
but you're welcome to rebuttal.
Okay, hold on.
No,
He
I
didn't
just
say
wanna-
final answer. He didn't say final answer.
I did. So you know what? I'm gonna go with Finnegan because he's the real king. Because Fëanor never stood up for his people. So, so I might be wrong, like technically, but spiritually, I'm right.
No, I agree 100%. I always liked that in school when you could write like essay questions because I'm like, no, I want to explain my answer.
It's like a Monty Python
right.
where he's like, I'm your king. Well, I never voted for you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'll give it to you. Fingolfin for sure.
No, so you're right.
Real king.
Fëanor, he was the first because he was like the firstborn, right? He was older than Fingolfin, and only after he died, in the stupidest of ways, did Fingolfin.
Stupidest of ways.
The stupidest of ways, really. So
I'll give it to you though. I wasn't sure because I'm like, technically.
No, that's a wrong one. I missed that one. So
no, I love your answer. I say extra credit. I say point given back. Yeah, extra credit.
Let's go. Let's go.
Because nice. I agree. He was the first true, real king. Honestly, how long was Fëanor king on Middle Earth? Like 2 seconds.
And for who also? Only for like the people he brought with him, and he left most of the people behind. So
right, I agree. Okay, you know what? You're right, Dan.
Yes, the righteousness always wins. Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. 10 for 10.
Question 11. Who was the Valar who called the elves to Valinor? Is it A. Manwë, B. Ulmo, C. Tolkas, or D. Arome?
So at what stage? Like, is this like at the beginning?
At the beginning. Like, they wake up, Cuivienen, Waters of Awakening.
So I'm going to go with Arome. Yeah. So I see what you did there. That's kind of tricky.
I did. Yeah, I did. Yep.
I see what you did there. No, so it's Arome.
It's Arome.
He's a straight up bro. He's a real good guy. So.
Well, that's Abby's man.
We
already claimed our Valar husband. Mine's Tulkas, hers is Arome. We have our types, you know.
To each his own. I'm not,
Yours is Owley, apparently. I mean, no judgment, but
no judgment. It's just like I want to throw out with Owley and like build things with him in his shop. Like,
well, I want to dance with Nessa, so let's do it.
That's great.
Right.
Okay. I'm getting your tricksiness. You're kind of tricksy.
I am tricksy.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make it a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay. Well, you're doing really great. You're on to question 12.
All right, question 12. Who was the first elf that we knew the name of to be captured by Morgoth? Was it A. Maedhros, B. Maeglin, C. Maglor, or D. Celebrimbor?
Ooh, the first elf. So that would be Maedhros.
Yes, good job.
Yes, because we know that he caught a lot of elves before, but I don't think we ever hear their name.
No, which is so
poor
sad.
guys.
So sad. So sad.
Is he the guy that got stuck to the rock? Is that that?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And then he has one hand, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people with one hand.
So, question 13.
What is the name of the fortress built by Maedhros? A. Barad-dûr, B. Himring, C. Eithel-Sirion, or D. Angband?
Ooh, these are the ones that I am not sure. I'm gonna ask a sister. I'm gonna ask a sister.
Do the better sister.
Now, Abby,
the better one.
Don't take this personally, but I'm not sure you're the right one to ask. So
I
Ashley,
will not take it personally.
Ashley, have some help here.
Okay. I will explain the answer and lead you to the conclusion. How about that? So, Baradur and Angband are bad guy places. And while the Fëanors of Suns aren't technically bad guys, some of them made bad choices, but they're not the bad guys. Sirion was on the other side of Balerion, so we are left with only one conclusion.
Which was, remind me?
Oh, yeah. You can't read all of them right in front of you? No? Himring.
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 All right. I really want to beat this. So, because I feel Sirion was that island, I think, in the middle of, like, where werewolves were or something.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Something like
Werewolf
weird.
Island.
So I'm going to go with Himring, which I remember nothing of. But it makes sense.
It's mentioned like twice, so yay! Yeah, good job! Yay!
Yay!
I was like sweating during that one.
I don't know if you watch The Simpsons, but I felt like Ralph Wiggum just then when he's like, "I'm helping. I'm here. I'm helping."
I know that meme. I know that meme.
That's how I felt just now. Yay!
Yay! We got it.
Question 14. This is the second to the last question. What is the name of the petty dwarf Turin hides out with? Is it A. Pim, B. Dim, C. Nim, D. Mim?
So I remember it being Mim because I was like, is this guy called Meme? Like, what's his? How do you pronounce his name?
I've heard both.
Meme.
So it's Mim.
Yay!
Yay! If it's Mim or Meme, who knows?
Who knows?
He's such a sorry dude, like sorry character. I feel
like
so
you
bad.
want to feel bad for him, and then you're like, well, you don't have to be a jerk about it. Like,
yeah,
he is a petty dwarf.
Yes,
he's
very
so petty.
Yeah.
So petty. Exactly.
Aptly named, Tolkien. Aptly named.
All right.
Okay.
Last
and final question. All right. What is the name of the musician that is friends with / kind of in love with Luthien? Is it Bayron, Daeron, Beleg, or Moblung?
So I'm not sure about this one. It's definitely not the Beleg or Mablong because those dudes are solid. I remember somebody being friend zoned by her, but
hardcore friend zoned.
Hardcore, right? And so what were the other ones? It was
Bayron and Daeron.
So I'll use my Pippin to just make sure. Maybe it's gonna cut off like the randomly.
Yeah, give them a bad
What if I take away Beleg and Moblung? You shouldn't have played your hand there.
Give them a bad one and give them a good one.
All right. I will take away Bayron and Beleg. So you're between Daeron and Moblung.
So, all right. So just like Isildur, like when being asked to cast into the fire, I'm not going to cast it into the fire. And I'm going to say Daeron.
Daeron! Yay! Or as Abby calls him, Derek from the band.
Derek! It's Derek!
Band, right. I would have remembered, actually.
I almost put that on there.
That I remember.
I almost want to put in questions like, how much do you listen to our podcast versus how much of the knowledge are you going off of yourself? Like,
yeah.
I love the mnemonic devices you guys give, like calling the Vanyar the Hollywood elites. Like, that's my favorite, probably. And Captain Balerion and all that. It just works. It's just like for my ADHD brain.
It helps.
Yes.
It helps.
Well, you did it, Dan.
You did it
100%.
Yay! We did it.
So
Am I a solid 8 now?
You are a solid 8. I'd say you graduate.
Yay. It's like the only thing I ever succeeded at, like academically in my life. So I'm happy.
So if you ever fail at anything else, well, you know what? There's a podcast where I freaking killed it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast, Dan. It's made our day, our year.
You guys are the best. Seriously, like I love this podcast, and I was so happy that we got to do this. And
I know.
I'm so happy that you guys are like the podcast is doing good. And
Yay!
I just love seeing this thing grow and become like what it's supposed to be, like the beacon of light to the people who need it. So
Yeah.
guys,
Thank you.
I'm becoming verklempt.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being a patron and joining our Patreon. You are the only dwarf friend of the Shire, but you know what? You're our best friend.
you guys are the best. You guys are the best.
Thank you so much. We're so happy that you came and joined us today. And we are very, very grateful for your support through Patreon and through reviews and just happiness that you give us all the time. And we're so grateful that you spent some time with us out of your busy day. And we just want to tell you thank you. Oakley, can you say hello?
Hello.
That is so cute.
Hi, Dan.
And then.
Oh, hi, Oakley.
Oh, that is so cute. That is so cute.
Can you say,
you guys are
job?
the best.
Hello.
Good job. We're so proud of you, Dan. You will be receiving a certificate of completion that you are a true Tolkien nerd. And yeah, we're so grateful you were coming and hanging out with us today.
I'm grateful to you guys for all the hard work you put into this thing and bring it to us. So thank you.
Yes, and we hope maybe in the future you can join us again. That would be fun.
I love that. I love that.
Good.
Sounds great.
Okay, well,
right.
Stay safe, Stan, and we love you, and we hope that you have a great rest of your week. And to all those who are listening, we're so grateful that you're here too. I have been Abby.
And I've been Ashley.
And I've been Dan.
Yeah! And we've been the Sisters of the Shire podcast with our favorite friend Dan today. And we're so grateful you are here, and we hope to see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.